Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth and this is the Joyful Sojourn, a community of people that love stationery and planning and doing things creatively on paper. And if that sounds like your kind of community, I hope that you will join us by subscribing to my channel. Today is a fun one. It is my monthly unboxing of a handful of kits from Cocoa Daisy. I'm a member of their creative team, and so I get product early to share with you, and you can decide whether or not you want to subscribe. I don't get all of the kits, but I get a good number, so hopefully this will give you a good taste of what the November 2025 theme is, which is moss and mirth. So let's get into it. I will leave timestamps down in the description box, so if you're looking for a specific kit and whether or not it's in this video, you can just go to the description box and click right to it. I will also, if time, have a create with me, plan with me element to the at the end of the video. So hopefully we can actually play with some of these things after we unbox them. So let's get into it. I have not opened this yet, so y'all are going to get my true first impressions, and we'll just do an overview of the kits that we have to look through. So I'm gonna open this up. Oh my goodness. Well, this is cute. This is cute. Moss and mirth. I definitely get that vibe here. So here is our card with theme. Tucked beneath, I should sit down. Tucked beneath amber leaves, tiny mushrooms appear like quiet surprises among the ferns, moss, and secrets of the forest floor. This collection is a love letter to November. Earthy, enchanted, and filled with a gentle sense of grateful wonder. It whispers of woodland magic and the kind of gratitude that grows slowly and deeply. Every detail is drawn from nature's own palette. Damp bark, pale lichen, curled ferns, and the soft hush of falling leaves. Christine. All right. Moss and mirth. Let's get into it. This is our, oh my gosh, words today. I've been having a hard time speaking today. The, oh my goodness, vinyl sticker. Sweet niblets, if you're new here, I promise I know what these items are. It's a vinyl sticker for moss and mirth. Okay, so the kits we're going to be taking a closer look at today include the stationery kit. This is a good one, always a good one. The stamp subscription, which already I can tell I'm going to love. We have the creative kit. This is honestly... the deluxe journaling was my favorite, but I think the creative kit is growing in my heart. So we have the creative kit. We have the deluxe journaling kit, which comes in this really nice reusable envelope. And this is how I store all of the kits. Like all of the kits I get can fit in here. And then as my collection, as I go through the month's collection, I separate things back out. But anyways, I described that very oddly. But the deluxe journaling kit, and I believe the deluxe planner kit also comes in an envelope like this for storage, which is nice. Then we have the traveler's notebook for the month. The Simple Daisy is what I get. I think it's Simple Daisy notebook. And then lastly, the Bible journaling sticker kit, which every month I say is really nice to kind of change up the way that you faith plan. So let's move the paper out of the way and get into it. Let's start with, I'm pretty consistent going with these smaller ones first because they do help set the tone for the collection for the month. So I'm going to zoom in here. Let's start with, we don't want to zoom in that much. Let's start with the Traveler's Notebook so we can get a sense for the design elements. So Cocoa Daisy does all kinds of different planner and journaling related things like this. So you can get booklets, Traveler's Notebook, A5 notebook. They also have inserts, like planner inserts. So if you want a fresh planner insert every month that follows this theme, you can do that. And I do think it's a really fun idea for someone who gets bored in your planner every month. Every month you would get just a fresh design on your monthlies and your weeklies, and I think that's a really cool option. If you're someone that uses a traveler's notebook, there are a couple of different options here. There's one that has more of a planner layout to it that has some structure with like Monday through Sunday. This one is the Simple Traveler's Notebook, where the pages are just decorative, but there's no additional structure, which is why I think it's fun for journaling. So here's our first page. Love this birch tree. And then, yeah, it's a nice tie into, or getting us into the pages. We've got graph grid and then script. Oh, beautiful. That birch with the mushrooms, very woodland. Dot grid, graph grid, patterned. This says thankful and grateful. Dot grid, graph grid, pattern. Double lined on this spread. Graph grid, ferns, some plaid, dot grid. Ooh, that's beautiful. Almost looks like kind of like an invoice layout, framed out with that forest vibes. Dot grid, graph grid. This is a really great option for someone who wants to do something creative, but maybe doesn't want to spend too much time doing all the things with stickers and washi and stuff, because it is partially decorated, but then you can add more elements if you want to. And I see a lot of people actually take the staples out of this as well if you want to just use the pages. And at the end, I always like to see what it says, making your daily schedule more grounded. So that is the theme for the Moss and Mirth. So really nice option if you are in a traveler's notebook every month. Let's take a look at the Bible Journaling Kit. Always love these. I think it'd be fun for them to change out the functional stickers, just to change things up, maybe someday. But I do really love the decorative elements here. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. So the first sheet in the Bible Journaling Sticker Kit is stickers, and these are on a matte white paper. The sticker material feels a little bit different than last month. This almost feels richer, like the print seems different too, but feels a little bit more, I don't know, high quality. Not that they were poor quality before, but this feels a little bit different, a little bit of a slip to it. And the colors are a lot more vibrant. So love this one. And these are going to add a lot of fun decorative elements to your planners and your journals. Then we have sheet number 2, which is going to have a bunch of different phrases, faith encouraging phrases, and smaller ones down here. These are bar or like mini quote stickers. And these are fun to layer on top of other stickers or even your rub-on transfers. And then we have functional boxes down here. Just reading a few of these: count your blessings, songs of praise, thankful. You've got a November sticker up here, which is nice. I know my Savior reigns, draw closer to God, cultivate kindness, families are forever, pray on it, over it, and through it, faith over fear, bless this mess. Hashtag thankful. The struggle is real, but so is God. With God, all things are possible. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. Love this. Love those strips. Then we get a sheet of washi strips and date stickers down at the bottom. Really cute. Keeps everything cohesive and on theme. Then we have our functional boxes. I love these. They're like faux labels. Boxes, smaller faux labels down here. Very pretty. Every month, I'm excited to see our alphas because I use alpha stickers a lot. So I would love, all the colors, all the font choices, all the things. So I love that the Bible Journaling Kit comes with alphas, and these alphas are going to be unique to this kit. There will be other alpha sticker sheets in some of the other kits, but they will not be the same as this. So I really feel like the Bible Journaling Sticker Kit is a good supplement to the other kits because it's just, stickers. And all of the stickers are going to be unique to this kit. So it can be, I see this kind of like an add-on to some of the other items. So there are your alphas. And then you have a sheet of deco stickers with quotes. And this is on transparent sticker paper. So these are going to have that nice kind of watercolor impact. And there's always these like inky stickers that I think are super fun to use. I like them to go really far, so I end up cutting them. And they just, they layer really beautifully. Faith can move mountains. Give thanks to the Lord. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name. Let your roots grow down into him. For where 2 or 3 gather together in his name, there I am with them. Very, very lovely. So that is the Bible journaling sticker kit. And again, I would consider this, I cannot pick things up. I would consider this a beautiful supplement to the other more creative kits that have a mix of different mediums to them. Okay, so let's set that aside. Let's take a look at the, stationery kit. Change things up here. Pardon the packaging noises. If there are stamps in here, which there are, I will definitely stamp at the end. I always like to stamp and swatch things so that you see exactly what you will be getting. Let me move that packaging out of the way. Okay, so this is the stationery kit. First thing I see here is a really adorable paperclip that has a mushroom, is it a patch? Kind of like a patch on it. That is fun. Really, really adorable. So, and it's kind of covered with felt. So it's like secured on there. Although I wonder if you could peel this off and use the patch somewhere else if you wanted to. Let's see how this looks on a page. Cute. So if you want to pop this onto your, actually this would be better, onto your planner or your traveler's notebook to mark your page, you can do that. It's going to sit up on top. Adorable. And then you can easily pull your page. I love a large paper clip. It's nice and sturdy, and yeah, that feels significant. So that is a cute little item to include in the stationery kit. Next, we have our sticky notes. I love the sticky notes. I use them every month like stickers. So, you know, if this is a pad of 50 sticky notes, you have 50 stickers in this pad. And it's going to have a nice adhesive right here. And be careful when you're using sticky notes in general. Always peel from left to right so that they don't curl and they stick perfectly. I really like the Cocoa Daisy ones. They don't leave a lot of residue on the remaining page once you lift it off. It's one of my biggest gripes with sticky notes. I don't have that issue as much with the Cocoa Daisy ones. And again, just add a little bit of glue all the way around it and you can lay this down as a sticker. And maybe that's something we'll do today. I don't know. I haven't decided what sort of plan with me or create with me situation we are going to have. We'll just have to find out. So next, you're going to get your pin of the month, and it is a little set of mushrooms. Again, you can remove this pin if you want to and add it to a magnetic clip, or you can add it to your pin collection. Cute. Love having one change with the month. Next, we have some washi tape. Let's pull this guy out. Get to swatching if I can. I don't know why I'm like struggling today. I'm on a bit of a time crunch because I share the office with my husband and he's got hearings today. And so he's like, I have a lunch break before my hearings, my next round of hearings. So if you need to film, you better do it now. So I do need to watch the clock here. But there is your washi. That is gorgeous. The Cocoa Daisy washi is really nice, friends. It feels really good. It rips well. It's not overly waxy. And it always looks so, look how vibrant that looks on paper. Very, very pretty. So, and it's a really good size roll too. Like very generous roll there. So that is our washi. Let's keep this set aside in case we want to do more swatching. Here is our stamp in the stationery kit. Very cute. And actually, because it's a rubber stamp and I can do this quickly, I'm going to grab my Legacy ink. The new inks from Archer and Olive are fabulous. So this is espresso. Big fan of this one. Ink it up. Let's see how it looks. Beautiful. Kind of moved there at the end, but what a lovely impression that makes. I really like rubber stamps. They take up more space than photopolymer or acrylic. But impressions are always so good. So there is your stamp in the stationery kit for the month. Let's take a look at the sticker sheets. You're going to get 3 small sticker sheets here. First one, purely decorative. Love it. Then we have our 5 weeks. I love that the stationery kit has functional stickers like this. Gives us a chance, like if you don't get the planner kit or the stationery kit, or excuse me, the journaling kit, you still are able to use the stationery kit for planners. So I think that is really nice, and they're all just a little bit different. And then we have another decorative sheet with the ferns. So this is perfection to me, having plenty of decorative options, and then your days of the week. So stationery kit stickers, but there's more with stickers. They include these guys. These are my favorites of the die cut stickers because they are a transparent. I don't think they're washi material, but they're definitely more. That's what we're gonna do, so I don't make too much of a mess. Already they're dropping everywhere. We're gonna put them down on this paper. Hopefully I can easily pick them up. But here are your die cuts for the stationery kit. Pretty. Love those. And I love the variance of sizes. These are always some of the first stickers to go when I am playing with Cocoa Daisy stuff. I always use these first because they're my favorite. So if you can get your hands on the die cut stickers from the stationery kit, I would do it. Sometimes all of these kits are available as a kit only, but if there's a little bit of extra, you'll find items a la carte on the website. And I would keep an eye out for the stickers or the die cuts from the stationery kit because they are a favorite. Wow, you guys, I'm having a hard time picking things up. Let's see if I can get them all in here. Every month when I do these unboxings, I'm like struggling with the packaging and not making a mess. I also started getting my nails done professionally, and it's really hard, like having dip nails because your nails are thicker and it's hard to pick stuff up. I'm feeling chatty today, friends. Hope you don't mind. So those are the die cuts in the stationery kit, and they are my favorite. I prefer these even over the Deluxe Journaling just because of the material. It's nice and thin, really good for your thinner paper journals and planners. If you're in like a Tomoe River paper, Japanese style paper, I would definitely go with those ones. Okay, you are also going to get a bonus die cut. Beautiful. And a postcard where mushrooms grow in secret, gratitude blooms in silence. Yep. And I would highly encourage folks to use this, like mail it to somebody, even though I personally always end up cutting it up and using it in a journal because it's always so beautiful. But you have the option of sending out a postcard or having an additional piece of cardstock that looks really cute decoratively. You're also going to get some pet tape stickers. These are incredibly vibrant. These are pre-cut, so you don't have to worry about fussy cutting them. And yeah, you can just see how vivid they are. So you get a sheet of those. And you get 2 papers. First is a vellum, and this vellum is beautiful. It's totally clear on the top, and then you've got this pattern down on the bottom, or this scene down at the bottom. Absolutely stunning. I believe this is an A5 size, so you can punch it and put it in your A5 planner. You can cut it down and tip it in somewhere. Very, very pretty. And then you also get a beautiful neutral piece of vellum with a grid pattern. And it's got definitely like a green undertone, which I'm not sure is being picked up properly on camera, but it is definitely, it's definitely more like blue-green in these darker areas, not as gray. And of course, you can layer that underneath your mushrooms. So, so pretty. So that is everything in the stationery kit. We've got the vellum, the acetate, we've got the pet tape stickers, the postcard, a vinyl sticker, the die cut stickers, 3 sticker sheets, washi tape, a stamp, sticky notes, pin, and if I can get this unstuck, the mushroom paper clip, the little topper to mark your pages. So that is everything in the stationery kit. I'm going to put everything back inside only because there's so much stuff on my desk. We are going to make a huge mess today. And my desk is more clear than it normally is. Like I did a little bit of a reorganization, or not reorganization. I put stuff away. I was really needing to put stuff away, and I finally did. And I can see it all becoming a mess all over again. Let's take a look now at the creative kit. Let's see what we have in here. There was a big change to the creative kit last month, and I am a huge fan of that change. We'll talk about that in just a second. Oh my gosh, I love this. What is this? I don't know what it is, but I love it. Is it a keychain? Love. It's a little keychain. That's adorable. It definitely has, if I can lift this off, it has a piece of plastic over it, protecting the image. Always make sure you look for the plastic stuff because your products are going to look so much more beautiful when you take the plastic off. So let me take this off. Oh yeah, see, and then suddenly it's like the dust has been removed from our eyes and we have a beautiful like acrylic autumnal little keychain that you can attach to anything and everything. That is really pretty. It's like a bag charm. Love that. That's in the creative kit. Then we have a forage tag, observing the ordinary, cultivating wonder. This feels like it's a patch that you can iron on. It does have a little bit of a slip to the back. So I'm guessing you could iron it on, but I don't know. I might need to do some homework and then leave more information in the description box. But I love tags like this. I think they're so pretty. You could also just glue it down onto the page, but I am curious about whether it's a patch. But that is a fun item for your creative kit. Love that. Next we have a roll of washi. Let's take a look at this guy. This is a skinny mini roll. Let's get this swatched out. Ooh, this will get a lot of play. This is a very thin vine. Oh, and see how everything coordinates so well across kits. This is why people get multiple kits. So pretty. The green on green, and you can see that the tones of green match really well with the washi from the stationery kit. Love that. So here's our roll of washi in the creative kit. And then we have a second one. Let's check out the second one. Swatch this guy out. I think this one's going to be my favorite. I like the wider washi because you can rip it. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Let's get this started. Always the hardest to get it started. Okay. Lose a little bit of the beginning, but then look at this. Okay, this is my favorite. Look at that. It's like a birch background. Are we focused? With all kinds of different greenery. I'm gonna try to get a good amount of this to swatch. This is pretty. This is my favorite washi. Of the 3 so far, this is my favorite. That's cute. And we can rip it. Oh, yeah. I think this is going to be a good one. So there is that second washi in the Creative Kit. Love. But see how they all make sense together. Okay, so this is a big fat yes for me. Let's take a look at this little guy. So there are 2 elements in the Creative Kit that rolled out last month, and I like these changes or additions. The first is a teeny tiny washi sticker book. Okay, how adorable is that? And these are all individual. I don't even know how to properly, we'll have to do something like this. Just do a little bit of a flip through of, should I go that way? There's no way I'm going to be able to flip through all of these. But we've got a mix of textures, images, different styles, lots of greenery. That looked like a French bar of soap, that one. Yep. Beautiful. This is so cool. Etc., etc., etc. See how the style is all different? Hello, fall. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. These are great. I'm going to take the first one off just to show you how it works. So you just peel it off. So you got your little flip book, okay? And these, I'm pretty sure these are stickers. Yeah, these are washi stickers. So these are going to be super thin. And I'm just going to lay one down right here. Super thin and semi-translucent. How pretty is that? You got a big old book. Was I close enough? Now I'm afraid that I wasn't. We'll go up a little bit higher. This is hard to flip through. What does that say? November Stories. See those mixes of texture? Oh, that's beautiful. And these you can rip like washi tape and get a nice raw edge. So pretty. Love this. So we have our washi sticker book. This Creative Kit has so many stickers if you think about it. You've got the 2 washi rolls. You have a massive pad. It doesn't say how many are in here, but it feels like a lot. I would guess at least 30 maybe in your washi book. And then you also get these stickers, and I'm going to have to move this out of the way. Ah, that's so exciting. These are die cut stickers. So these will have an adhesive backing on them. And actually, these are going to be hard to see. There we go. That's going to be a little bit easier, hopefully. I need to keep a bowl or a plate on my desk so that I can easily move around these bips and bobs. So these are paper stickers, so they're going to be a little bit thicker than the transparent ones that you get in the Stationery Kit. So they're a different material. They also are different images, and this one is going to come with tabs. So the Creative Kit is going to come with mini tabs, and we'll see in a little bit, provided nothing's changed, the Journaling Kit will have larger tabs. And kind of that definitely reminds us that everything is cohesive, but things aren't really repeated, if that makes sense. Okay, so there are your die cuts in the Creative Kit. And I love that we have a weekend banner and then larger stickers here. I think the larger stickers are just so sweet, and they help fill in a page really nicely. So I'm a big fan. So those are the die cuts in the Creative Kit. I'll get these back in here. The other small package are die cuts that don't have an adhesive on the back. So let me get this back in here. And these are fun. I'd say if you're more doing journaling and scrapping or memory keeping, because they are a little bit thicker. They're not super thick like chipboard, but they will add a little bit more bulk to your pages. So I wouldn't use these in a typical planner personally, but if you're doing any creative projects, these are fabulous. Or if you put them in a planner, I would just do so sparingly. So these are cardstock, and they're just a bunch of different phrases and yeah, like journaling cards. So we've got 2 of these, proof that you can keep it low key and still be kind of a big deal. In the hush of the woods, I remember myself. There's magic in the quiet ones, the ones who grow slowly, humbly, and close to the earth. Currently booked and busy with cinnamon, soft blankets. Oh, cinnamon, comma, soft blankets, and absolutely no plans. Thankful and grateful. That one took me a moment. Even the little things grow in good company. That's really pretty. Grow in good company. We have another currently. I'm guessing we have, yes. So we, I think, have duplicates. So let's see how many we have of each. So, or unique designs. So we've got that one. We've got the currently, the even the little things. So you're going to get 2 of each. Yes, 2 of each design. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you get 12 cards, 6 unique designs. In the hush of the woods, I remember myself. And did I read all the rest of them? There's magic in the quiet ones. Yes, the ones who grow slowly, humbly, and close to the earth. So again, these are little journaling cards that you can tip in, glue in to your journals. I think like this would be so pretty with the flourishes and like mushrooms coming out from like underneath it. I think that would look lovely. We might use these today. I don't know, guys. I haven't decided yet. Time will tell. So those are the die cut cardstock journaling cards that you will need to add your own adhesive to if you are going to glue them down from the creative kit. Okay, 2 more items in the creative kit. Next is the rub-on transfers. I love rub-on transfers. I think they are so great, and I want more people to discover how lovely they are because they add 0 bulk to your page, and the images are just so vivid and colorful, and you can layer them on top of each other. So here's your rub-on transfer sheet for the creative kit. And then lastly, this big kahuna. I think this is such a great addition to the creative kit that they rolled out last month. And it actually is a paper pad of unique paper sheets, unique designs. So they are gummed at the top. You just got to be careful not to, what I just did was like peel off the first one. But you're going to get 2 designs of each. And these are just great for collaging papers. Doing creative things. I'll go through each of these. Some of these designs we saw in the smaller washi book. Love this one. I appreciate that there's 2 of each design because otherwise I would hoard certain images and be like, no, I got to save it for the perfect project. But you don't need to do that here because you have 2 of each. So use your stash. And again, I believe these are A5 size. Love that birch pattern and the script. And that is your paper pad for the creative kit for November. So that was everything in the creative kit. Paper pad, rub-on transfers, the die cut journaling cards, the die cut stickers, the washi stickers, 2 rolls of washi, the foraged tag, and your bonus little charm with the mushrooms on it. So that is the creative kit. Move this guy out of the way. Okay. 2 more things. We're going to do the stamps, of course, but let's do the Deluxe Journaling Kit first. This one is always super popular. So let's see what we have inside. Love, already love. It's like guaranteed to be awesome. Okay, so first of all, paper pad. Love it. It says keeping track. And this like ombre neutral colorway going down here is really nice. This has a nice structure to it. You've basically got 2 columns. You could add dates here. You could add you know, check marks as you complete projects, whatever you want, but really pretty little paper pad. And it is a sticky note, so it does have that adhesive up at the top. Love that. Ooh, little mini stamp. It says field notes, observed, gathered, and remembered. And I love that it's got like a faux, it's like a faux piece of paper with hole punches in it. We will stamp this. So I'm going to set this aside with the other stamp. We have some washi. So let's check out the washi for the Deluxe Journaling Kit. Good width and simple pattern, which means we can very easily rip this guy. Let's see how this looks. Oh yeah, that's going to be really nice. We can flip this guy over. Really soft pattern here. And again, good quality washi, nice and papery, not too waxy. And there you can see how our washi is looking. So this is the washi in the Deluxe Journaling Kit. And as a reminder, this is what we had from the previous kits. And you can see how they all would just really layer well together with such a variety of different textures. So there's your washi for the Deluxe Journaling Kit. Let's get into this hard part. The die cuts, man. They're always so hard for me. The packaging is hard for me, and they always end up everywhere. But a couple months ago, I didn't throw them out. Like I didn't show each one, and y'all were very quick to say that y'all need to see them individually. Let me grab my Archer and Olive paper pad. Maybe this will help show them. Okay, this is not white, by the way, so it is going to look a little bit different. So we first have our large tabs. You can see these are significantly larger than the tabs in the Creative Kit that were like mini tabs. But you have these super large ones for your projects. And then we have our die cuts. And these are going to be standard white paper stickers. So they're going to be totally opaque. That one felt a little bit thicker. This one, hold on, we got to explore this for a second. This feels like chipboard. That can't be. This one just feels a little bit thicker, but it's the same as the other ones. Ooh, a giant fern and more mushrooms. So those are the die cuts in the Deluxe Journaling Kit. And if you're looking for a detailed like side by side, maybe go back through my video and screenshot when they're all laid out, and then you can swipe through your phone and look at the differences, because the stickers are different. And the materials are different as well, which I appreciate. So those are the die cuts in the journaling kit, Deluxe Journaling Kit. Big fan. Give me all the deco stickers. I usually go really basic when it comes to the functional elements of my planning and my journaling. But then I want the outer perimeter of my pages to be super flourished with deco. And these large stickers, well, really variable sizes of stickers. Some of these mushrooms are a little bit smaller. They layer so well on top of the larger ones, and you just get such a beautiful design. So glad to have those. Next, we're going to have a journaling card. So the journaling kit every month is going to give you journaling prompts. I jot down thoughts like treasures found under toadstools, small, curious, and full of wonder. And then you have prompts for the month of November, which is incredibly helpful if you don't know where to start with journaling. So we've got 10 different prompts. You can screenshot this if you'd like, but really just lovely. What sensory details bring you comfort this season? What parts of your story do you want to remember or pass on? If this month were a chapter, what would its title and message be? Just fun ways to get you back to journaling. And the card is lovely too. So if you don't want to use the prompts, you can always tip this in to your journal and just have it be a decorative element. Next, we have stickers. The Journaling Kit stickers. These are fabulous. I use these a lot in my journaling and planning. So our first sheet is quotes and washi tape, and this is clear matte, like a vellum sticker. Rooted and resting, taking naps, somewhere between grateful and grumpy. That's cute. Even the little things grow in good company. Little wins, quiet thoughts, giving thanks. A daily pause in the forest of things. Sporadically social and giving thanks. Cute. Very fun sheet. Then we have our alphas. So you can see these are different alphas than the, let me grab the, since they happen to be here, the Bible Journaling Kit. Why I say that, you know, there's no repeats here. This is paper alphas in the Bible journaling. The Journaling Kit stickers are on that clear matte kind of vellum sticker material, and it's more of a typewriter font. So totally different vibes there. We have our decorative stickers and additional washi, again with the vellum material. So these are all clear stickers. You know, I bet they do the clear stickers with the Journaling Kit sticker sheets because the die cuts are paper. So you're getting a little bit of both, which is nice. One of my favorite sheets that the journaling, we'll come back to that one, that the Journaling Kit has are these full size sheets. They might be intimidating, but let me tell you, these make for such easy and beautiful decorating. It's a full sticker, and because it's a vellum material, you can't rip it like it's a washi, full page washi sheet. It's supposed to stay all together. This looks maybe like a B6 size, and these look beautiful when you just smack it in the middle of a page. I think I did that last month in creating a like a monthly dashboard. I just put this down in the middle. I added some additional flourishes and added the month, and it looked so pretty. So please don't shy away from these full page sheets. Allow them to be a backdrop on a really simple planner spread or on a blank page, and layer more stickers on top. They look so good. So love those. And then the last sheet is your super functional sheet. So you have 5 weeks worth of days of the week. You've got your monthly or weekly or daily dates and some functional boxes down here. And these are different than the stationery alphas, or excuse me, the Stationery Kit days of the week. So if you get multiple kits, you will be perfectly set with your functional planning and like journaling page setups. So that is the Journaling Kit stickers bundle. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 sheets of the individual stickers and then 2 sheets of the full size. So that's what's in the journaling. But wait, there's more. You also get, oh, this is going to be kind of tricky. Let's flip this guy around. The pet tape stickers, the PET tape stickers. And again, these are going to be very bright and vivid. They are already kiss cut for you, so you don't have to fussy cut them. And they're a great way to add real life image looking things onto your page. So we have additional stickers here. So that's a really good variety. The Deluxe Journaling Kit, you get the paper die cut stickers, you get the pet tape stickers, and then you get those vellum material sticker sheets that we just looked at. So 3 different types of stickers. But then also on the decorative element, you get two sheets of rub-on transfers. This is what made me fall in love with the Deluxe Journaling Kit, was the rub-on transfers. They are so good. Here's your first one. What feels cozy to me right now? Oh, I guess this is because these are rub-on transfers, you can rub things together or separate. You just cut them out. You could, I read this as what feels cozy to me right now, November. You could certainly do those together, but I think they're meant to be on 2 separate lines, and they can be based on how you rub them down. Where am I quietly growing? Ooh, I like that. These flowers, by the way, stunning. Then we have what feels magical this season, what do I need less of, and what do I need more of. This is actually quite nice. Some months we get rub-on transfers that have days of the week or like header stickers like deadline or to do or task or this week. And for the month of November, we have more journaling prompts, and I think that's quite lovely. It's a nice change up. So very generous getting 2 sheets of the rub-on transfers in this month's kit. Then we get to papers, and it looks like, yeah, okay. We have a mix of textured papers we usually do with this kit. First one is a soft brown, like I was going to say compiled composite paper, but it has a bunch of like fibers to it. So it's a very fibrous paper. This you can rip, I'm guessing, and it will leave, yeah, it's going to have like loose threads and stuff. So you want to be careful with this one, but that raw edge could look really cool. So we have a very fibrous, soft brown paper. We have vellum with gold foiling of mushrooms and leaves. And then we have our individual sheets here. Very pretty. This paper is very soft touch. Are they always soft touch? Enough time has gone by between months unboxings that I can't remember, but this paper feels very luxurious. It feels more soft touch than previous months. And there's our design on the back. I love this pattern. I always think it looks super cool and vintage. So there is our double-sided sheet 1, double-sided sheet 2. And then these are much larger sheets that are double-sided prints, and the prints change, which I appreciate. So here is the first side and then the second side. Much larger. If you want to cut this down, you can. And I love that they are coordinated. So if you wanted to cut this and use this side alongside this side, you could certainly do that. So we have a larger double-sided sheet, another large double-sided sheet, and the papers feel more luxurious this month. I don't know what it is. And then here is our script. Would love to know what this actually is, if it's from a book or something. I don't know. Ooh, and then we have a really pretty mix of like, it's almost like the birch with like watercolor splatter. Very pretty. And these all coordinate so lovely together. You can have a lot of fun mixing and matching. So again, you get 3 of the large double-sided sheets, 2 of the smaller double-sided sheets, a piece of vellum, and then a piece of a more kind of fun textured paper, 2 sets of the rub-on transfers, a sheet of the pet tape stickers, a 6-pack of journaling stickers in that vellum material. You get your journaling card with prompts, your paper stickers, die cuts that have the large divider tabs as well, your washi tape, and your notepad. You also get the stamp, which we're going to stamp right now. So let's do that. Let's move our journaling kit aside and do the stamp subscription and the stamp from the Deluxe Journaling Kit. Let me throw this guy back into its pocket. Like so. And I think we're going to need, oh, I need my swatch book. This is my swatch book. Every time I show it, I say, if you don't have a swatch book and you're a creative person, please, please, please start a swatch book. This is a B5 Archer and Olive notebook that I've been using for swatching out stencils, inks, stamps. And I've started like multiple ones of these because I enjoy them so much. Here we can see the Cocoa Daisy stamps for October, and I think right next to it we're going to do November. So again, this is a B5 Archer and Olive swatch book. Get you one. I like the Archer and Olive notebooks for swatching because they have a thicker paper. It's 160 GSM and just always holds the inks really well. Okay, so we've got this guy. I need my pencil board, if I can find it. My Layle By Mail pencil board. Where are you? Oh, I'm going to be sad. Sad if I can't use my pencil board. Oh, Eureka. Highly recommend also, if you're into stamping, getting a pencil board. This is from Layle By Mail. Layle By Mail and Archer and Olive, I have a discount code for both of them. If you do decide to shop those, you just let me know. I can leave that down in the description box. Let's do the Legacy ink in black with our Field Notes stamp. And all of the stamps from Coco Dizzy are photopolymer stamps, which are the highest of quality in my opinion. That means they're also a little bit more expensive, high value item here when you get a photopolymer stamp in one of your kits. I'm just rubbing this off on my arm super professionally just to kind of prime it. Photopolymer stamps, when they come out of their molds, they leave like a film on them. So you just want to kind of rub the film off of it so that you add a little bit of grit back and it'll hold the ink better. I also use a really, I don't know if it's an odd technique, but when it comes to my swatch book and swatching stamps, I leave everything on the acetate and I do it in one big swoop. So in this case, I'm leaving the stamp on its piece of acetate. I'm inking it on the pad. We'll use a different technique for the larger sheet, but I just ink it up like this. Try to make sure I got ink on the whole thing. Very possible I didn't. The swatching method I use doesn't leave a perfect swatch all the time, but that's not really what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to just make sure that I can leave a sampling of what the stamp looks like. Make sure you do this over the pencil board. That's giving you a really nice firm backing, and then just lift it up. Lovely. I love that. So here is our Field Notes stamp. I'll pull this up once we get the other sample down so we can see them up close. This is how I'm going to do the other guy. This saved me so much. This was a necessity when I first decided to do a swatch book for all of my stamps. I was in the living room. My daughter had gone to bed. And my husband and I were like watching a show, and I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna like start a swatch book and get all of my stamps down. And I was peeling off each individual stamp from every set. And I think I got like 3 sets in, and I was like, this is dumb. I cannot do this. And so I was like, what if I just leave them on the acetate, add ink to the whole thing, and just very carefully place it down? And I have not looked back. That is my preferred method for my swatch book. Highly recommend it if you're okay with your swatches being a little less than perfect. You know, they really just need to tell you what's on the set. In my opinion, it doesn't have to be a perfect impression. And then, of course, when you're using the stamps, peel them off and put them on an acrylic block. But for this purpose, we don't need to go too fancy. So I'm going to, with the larger one, actually take it off of the book, and I'm going to take the ink and actually stamp it on the stamp block, or excuse me, on the acrylic set that's sitting on my table. And I'm just going to try to get ink on all of them as much as possible. Ink it up. There we go. Hope I don't make a huge mess with the ink all over the place. Try to pick up your sheet. I've had so many folks tell me I need to get a brayer for my swatching. I know. But this is what we do, friends. We lay the whole sheet down as carefully as possible. And we have to be totally silent. Press. 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 Try to, since you've got multiple stamps being stamped at the same time. You gotta make sure you give equal opportunity to all of them. All right. And then we lift it up. Holy moly. I gotta say, the Cocoa Daisy stamps and the Layle By Mail stamps swatch the absolute best. I think that is definitely attributed to the quality of the photopolymer stamp. And look how crisp this was. I laid the whole thing down, and I mean, other than under inking the word thankful, the really detailed stamps did it beautifully. So I am loving that. Let me move this damp guy out of the way. I'm gonna have to clean these up. So let's lift up the page so you can see how they look up close. So here is your field notes stamp, and that was in the Deluxe Journaling Kit. And then here is your stamp subscription for the month of November. Thankful, cherish, gather, notice, wander, remember, still, in this moment, autumn favorites, on the menu, a season to be grateful, November, give thanks, and then look at these mushrooms. Amazing. That detail, that kind of detail you only get in a photopolymer stamp. Absolutely stunning with those ones. Okay, friends, we have looked at all of the kits. I think we should do something creative on paper now. The question is always, oh, what do we do? What do we do? What products do we want to play with? And I'm tempted. I've gotten into the rhythm of decorating my monthly divider in this video, and would you guys mind terribly if that's what I did? What do you think of that idea? It just always helps set the tone for the new month. So we're just going to take a blank page, okay, for the month of November. In this particular case, this is the monthly divider page for my plum paper quad. This is the A5 size. And I think that we should do something fast and easy, but adorable and fun. And I think the best items might be the journaling kit. It might be the journaling kit because I was just talking about how I really loved the way that this looked 2 months ago when I did the full page. So I kind of think I want to do that again. So we're going to use the stickers. Maybe we will use some die cuts. I don't know, but let's pull those out. And then I also mentioned, do I want to add a functional element? Maybe not. Maybe not. We're going to go with this one. And I think what I'm going to do is actually, while you can't rip these, you can cut them. So I wonder if this will fit in my little cutting board. It won't. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay this whole thing down, and then we're going to add kind of additional stickers on top to make it pop. We will add the, kind of want to add some stamps too. I don't think you can stamp on this. I wonder if I could do some interesting layers here. I'm gonna do some interesting layers here. So I'm gonna take this whole sheet and I'm gonna lay it down right here. Beautiful already. And actually, instead of doing this, I'm gonna use this one. Hold that, save that for a rainy day. And I think I wanna do some sort of like collage moment going up with these die cuts. And then we can use our alphas to spell out November. How about that? So we're gonna cover up the November down here. And let's go back to our die cuts. If I can find an opportunity for, stamping, I will. But I'm kind of tempted. This is what's nice about the paper stickers. I said I really love the ones in the stationery kit, but the paper ones are nice because they do cover up existing prints, you know, and you don't have to use correction tape if you don't want to. What if we put that guy there? And I love the way these look layered. We go a little bit lower, and then do we have a little baby? Yep, we do have a little baby mushroom. Let's see if we did something like this. Looks a little funky. But I kind of think we should do it. Ooh, but I love the pine cone too. We could do a little pine cone up here. All right, I'm going to just go for it. But first, just in case I am not able to cover all of November, we're going to use some correction tape. This is the Tombow Mono Air 5. It's a really nice color match for the plum paper. Really nice. So let's add the fern. I always like to have the biggest or like tallest pieces in the corner. And then, although I kind of love this stick, I'm going to cut this preemptively for a straight edge. I think I'm going to layer it right here. Kind of soften that edge. Let's see how this looks. So it's kind of underlining November, which I think is pretty. And then I might, I kind of like that. I think these guys, I'm going to cut the bottom just to create a straight edge like that. And then I was thinking this one. Yeah. So let's create a straight edge for the bottom on this one too. Definitely lay them out on the page before you remove the adhesive. Like I wanted to confirm that I want this guy to be on the bottom, which means it's got to be laid down first. And then this one would go right like that. Peel this guy off. These definitely are a little bit thicker. Again, they're not chipboard, but they're definitely a thicker sticker. These are thicker than a regular like paper sticker. There we go. And then we do have this little baby, which I think would be cute, but we also have this fungi. Looks like he might want to hang out. Maybe like right there. I'm trying to kind of fill in this corner completely. So I'm going to cut the bottom of this just a little bit. And same thing with this guy. Cut the bottom off. And then which do I want to have first? Maybe that one. Then that one. Yeah, so this guy's got to go first, so he's underneath the smaller one. Right there. Adds a really nice texture to the page. And then, yeah, I'm really enjoying doing monthly divider pages to break in my Cocoa Daisy kits. It just is really nice, setting the tone. Very pretty. Okay, now I feel like I need a little bit more of a softer finish, like with another little guy here. But or we could go all the way across the bottom. Dare we go all the way across the bottom? Because that would certainly finish it if I put that there. Let's do it. We're going to do it. I'm going to cut this off right at the bottom. And it's going to go here. Kind of wish this guy then was on top, but maybe it'll look like it's in the background. We've got layers and layers of the forest. Look out for the coil. Like that. Oh man, that is so satisfying. That is so satisfying. Ah, I love it. Okay, let me move these pieces out of the way. And I really do want to stamp, but I'm quite certain that that's not going to be possible here. Now, I don't love that because I did this up in this corner, I don't have equal distance between, like, my margins are different widths. So I wonder, we could do washi, or I could do like a washi strip with this vellum. Just curious what this would look like if I just ran it up there. Sure, why not? Let's have it end similar to where the other one ends. It's a nice little touch there. Let's have this be going around the sticker though. There we go. Okay, we definitely need some dates, some dating action. So we need the month of November. And I actually wonder if this gold color is not going to stand out as much on this background. What do we think? I think I need to try one to find out. I'm going to test with the Q, just in case I mess up the Q. Actually, it's not bad. I still think it needs some framing, and I want to stay in the same kit. So what should we use to... What should we use? Keeping track. I mean, that's kind of, it's really pretty. If I put this here, could I mean, again, I'm just using the Q as a reference. Keeping track, November. No, I don't think this is the right sticky note, and I don't want to dive into my other kit. I want to use just one kit today. Well, what we could do, should we break out some paper, do some paper ripping? No, I don't think that's gonna look. Hold on, friends. You're watching me problem solve. What can I use? I feel like this is gonna be too similar. You know what? we are going to stamp November because the stamp subscription has a November stamp. Done and done. What we're going to use it on, though, is one of these papers. So we're going to stamp November on one of these papers. Ooh. Too much green. Yes, too much green. Fern is too busy. Too much yellow. I mean, the birch is gorgeous. I kind of want to use the birch. Oh my gosh, we're going to do something. Oh, hope I don't regret it. This is where, if you're a stationery enthusiast, you hoard stuff because you like, you like your supplies, but it's not, your supplies aren't being wasted if you're using them. That's what I have to remember. Now, I am so tempted to dive into the Bible journaling alphas, but I said I wanted to stay with one kit. Oh, wait, no, we're not using the alphas. That's what it was. We're not using the alphas. We are stamping. So how crazy do we go here? I think, oh my gosh, I'm very tempted to cut this and do like a raw edge and then stamp November. Oh my goodness, you guys. We're gonna do something. If I don't like it, it is what it is. Anybody else nervous? I'm incredibly nervous here. That's adorable. Adorable. Okay. I think for the sake of perfection, we're gonna, first of all, cut off where the paper was folded so it's straight. And man, I mean, I just laid down that sticker, so it feels like a waste. Oh my goodness. I'm so nervous, you guys. I'm going to just do a little splice right here just to get the initial cut down. Okay, so I think it's a little too thick. Feels weird losing some of that acorn. And I'm going to see if I can get a raw edge all the way to the end. Like that. We are layers and layers and layers deep at this point. But I think that's okay. Okay, we're going to rock and roll. And then hopefully the November stamp will fit just fine on there. Let me grab a glue stick, or I guess I can use a glue runner. This is just a scotch tape like glue runner. I might want to use both actually, the glue runner and a glue stick for my edges. We'll just see how this goes. So we are going to, actually what I should do is stamp. Oh, heavens to Betsy. I should have stamped this first because once I lay this down, this is going to be very bumpy to stamp on. But I've already put the glue on it, so I'm just going to lay it down. Oh, the layers are so pretty. And even though we covered up the piece of tape that I put down, or a piece of sticker, I was going to say washi tape, but sticker strip, Even though it's partially covered, I like that it's still kind of peekabooing over here. I think that looks quite nice. So we are going to break out our stamp subscription. I'm going to grab November. And we're going to need a good old-fashioned acrylic block for this. And I was going to use the espresso ink, but I do think that I should use black because the black is going to, I think, stand up quite nicely. It's going to stand quite nicely on top of the kind of darker brown colors. So ink it up good. Oop, I'm getting it all over the block. That's okay. I really want this to be juicy. All right, friends. Oh, pencil board, always handy. Need as much help as I can get, especially because we've got some layers here. And we're going to stamp down November. Lovely. Very subtle. Very pretty. It definitely hides a little bit on the pine cone, but I think that is really pretty. I probably could have done November down here as well. And of course, now that I'm looking at it, kind of wish I'd kind of nestled it in right here. So if you're doing a similar spread as me, maybe try it down in your open space created from your sticker corner. I think that would have been very pretty, but we're going to be okay with it because it is lovely. Okay, so do we want to add anything else? Let me look at these stamps again. I mean, I could add, I'm going to add a give thanks down there. Maybe that balance, putting a little stamp down here will make me feel like it's filled in a little bit more, and it will add a little bit more black onto the page, which I think is a good idea. I'm going to, I don't have any baby wipes out here with me right now, so I'm just use a scrap of paper to rub off the excess ink. And let's grab the give thanks stamp or thankful. Do we want thankful or give thanks? I think we want give thanks or a season to be grateful. We're going to go with give thanks for November. Add that back on. Using tweezers here just to help me out a little bit. Yeah, I think we'll do give thanks right there. Grab my ink again. Ink it up. And pencil board. Move that down. And stand up. You're going to get better control if you stand up. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's what it was missing. It needed just a little bit more black ink down here since I didn't do the November down here. If that is my biggest regret for the month of November, then we are doing fabulous. Because this actually looks quite lovely. Kind of feel like I need to do a little bit more right here, but I'm going to call it. So, all right, friends, we are done. We just showed all of the kits I received from Cocoa Daisy, and we set up a really fun November divider page to get us into the spirit in our planners. If you have any questions about Cocoa Daisy, leave them down below. I am not an expert, but I do try to be helpful. So let me know if you have any questions. If you decide to pick anything up from Cocoa Daisy, my affiliate link is in the description box and my discount code is Joyful10. So if you are new to Cocoa Daisy, that is a one-time use code that you can use to save 10% off of your purchase. If you want to see more from me, hang out with me over on Instagram. My handle is The Joyful Sojourn. And of course, I would love if you subscribe to my channel as well. Until next time, friends, God bless you. God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.